Hello everyone and welcome to my brand new full trophy guide. This is an absolute gem of a game where the first was originally released in 1998 for the PlayStation 1. If you don't know who that little guy is, you're about to find out. So this game is Spyro Reignited Trilogy. It's a remaster from the original 1998 PS1 release, as I say, for the PlayStation 4, and it's basically been worked up from the ground up. So let's watch the opening credits. We're just going to start a game as normal. We have to accept all of this crap. Yes. Just hold the R1 button down. And we'll start a new game. So yeah, this game's split into Spyro 1, Spyro 2 and Spyro 3. We're going to do Spyro 1 first, because it's absolutely brilliant. My favourite in the series. So we'll just kick off with the original first game. So watch the opening credits.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Ganok character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly? That does it!
Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
Do right we do. Let's get on with it. Alright, let's get started. So yeah, this is, like I said, a remaster of the original game, and the original game's very close to my heart. Anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely love dragons, and this is one of the very first games that I played when I was younger. But yeah, absolutely fantastic game, and the soundtrack was done by a guy called Stuart Copeland. He's super talented. He's originally a drummer of the Police, and he's worked on US shows such as The Amanda Show and Dead Like Me. If you've never seen Dead Like Me, I highly recommend it because it's brilliant and hilarious. But he also did the soundtrack for this game, and it became massively iconic, this soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack's one of my top 3 best ever that's ever been released on any console. The sounds and pace just perfectly coincide. Obviously, you've got the beautiful atmospheres and scenery as well, and it all just mixes so brilliantly. So I'll probably have some tracks stuck in my head throughout the entire game. But yeah, let's begin this game. So we'll go over the basic controls. So obviously the right-hand directional button, the right-hand directional analog stick will move the camera. The left one will move Spyro around, obviously. You can also use the directional buttons to move him around as well. Square button will be to charge attack. You'll be able to kill certain enemies with that. Circle is to flame. Again, you can take out enemies with that. You can press the triangle button to look in and sort of view the surroundings if you want to. Just press triangle again to exit. X is to jump, and if you double tap X, he will sort of glide as well. So he's very unmaneuverable, is Spyro. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with this game. If you press the L1 and the R1 button, he'll do a sort of roll left and right. You can also, if your camera is not centered, you can press the L2 button and it'll sort of center the camera. And if you press R2, you'll do the flame attack again. So these little guys here, these are Norks. These are what we're sort of going to be trying killing. This guy here, we can flame him, and we can also charge him as well, whichever's easiest for you. Just pick up the gems; they'll be useful later. I'll try and go into more detail about those as I play through. We also want to go and rescue as many dragons as we can, and there will also be egg thieves as well that we need to chase down and defeat. So I'm just going to rescue this first dragon. It'll be a quick cutscene.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, so basically just confirming what we said, that we need 10 dragons to progress to the next world. We're going to be finding loads as we go along. So this particular home world will have a certain amount of gems and dragons, and you can go to other worlds, other levels within the home world. So there's one of the levels there, Dark Hollow. So if you want to see how your progression is doing, if you just press the start button and go to guidebook, you can see exactly what's in the Artisan's Home. You can see that we're 19% done already just by chatting. And we've saved 1 of the 4 dragons, and we've got 14 out of 100 treasure. Now I'm just going to have a little play around with the options, because there's some cool stuff that you can do that you were never able to do before. The first addition that I love is the map. You can actually have a map in these games now. It was never part of the original. Obviously you've got your subtitles on or off. That's again your preference. But the map, definitely I would have that on. It really helps. The camera, you can have it in passive or active. Again, try them both and see what you like. Personally, I prefer active. It just means that the camera's not going to be following you around. And it just gives you a little bit more freedom. And then the other cool thing is the soundtrack. You can have it on the Reignited version, which is like all the sounds remixed, or you can have it on the original one. So I think for this particular playthrough, we're going to have it on the original music and have a bit of nostalgia. Yeah, let's just go back. And if you press your touchpad as well, just as I mentioned, it'll also bring you straight into the guidebook as well. So that's sort of like a quick one. These chests here, you can sort of charge or flame them. This guy will just kill him. And these chests here are life chests. If you just go into those, you'll get a life. Now, if you press the L3 button, sparks will automatically point to the nearest treasure, which again is another useful feature that was never on the original game. Just got another dragon here.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing?
His
name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
So yeah, that was going to be my next point. The little dragonfly following you is called Sparks. As I say, he can point to treasure with L3. He's also like your life meter, really. He starts off at gold when he's healthy, and then he'll go down to blue when you take a hit, and then if you take another hit, he'll go down to green, and then if you take a final hit, he'll run away, and basically then you're on your own. If you get hit again, you die. Just press X to jump, just to get up over these little platforms. We've got another level there, Stone Hill. And we've got another enemy here. Now we're going to get our first skill point in the game. Now skill points are not absolutely necessary, but they are quite fun to do. We're going to try and do as many of them as we can, and we're also going to try and get as many trophies as we can. Obviously it's a trophy walkthrough, and I'll be trying to get through them as many as I can. Any that I miss, I'll go through at the end of the... Oh my god, how did we miss that? Any that we miss, I'll try and get them at the end of the playthrough, just so that we didn't miss anything. So there we go, skill point acquired. Nice and easy one. Just all you have to do is go to the tallest point of the hill, press X twice, and he will fly and you'll land on the ledge. Now another thing you can do, which you get the hover mode in the second and the third game, but in this game if you press X and X again and then press triangle while in flight, you'll drop down. But in the second and the third game they sort of changed that to a hover feature where you get a little bit more height at the last moment. So that again is just, we'll see how that comes in use later on in the series. Just keep collecting loads of gems. There's 100 in this level. There's the balloonist that the first dragon was telling us about. He'll take us to the next world when we have 10 dragons. There's more than 10 in the whole of the Artisans worlds with all the levels. So basically don't worry about him just too much. I'm not going to go to... anyone who's played this game knows exactly what that's all about in a second. I'll come back to that in a minute. We're going to go over this way. There's some more gems here. And we'll go this way through here. Another dragon.
Hey, Spyro! Press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
Yeah, so again, just more tutorial stuff. If we... Hang on, some more gems here. Let's drop down here. There's another one of these thieves, guys. All of the main hub of this, which is Artisans, the world that we're in now, none of the enemies will attack you, but if you go into any of the levels, obviously that's when they'll start attacking you. This sort of hub, Artisans Home World, shall we say, is just sort of a tutorial, so there's nothing really that can kill you apart from the water at the waterfall that we're going to go and investigate shortly. But apart from that, you know, it's quite simple and quite, you know, charming to begin with. And then later on in the game, it does get quite difficult and sometimes horrific. So I'm just trying to tell you as much as I can now in this early stage of the game until later on when I have to sort of concentrate a bit more. So yeah, for those two ledges there, just jump down those two ledges, grab the gems. For this one, we're going to do the exact same. Just jump, land, and flame the chest. You can flame or charge those chests. There will be some charge only chests. I'll talk about those later on, but we won't be seeing them just yet. So that's it for that area. And then we've got this area here. There's lots of areas. You'll know that there's lots of little bits you have to do in certain areas and stuff. But that's all of the gems. That's 100 out of 100 gems. And we're just going to get this dragon here as well.
Cool flash. Do that again.
The Artisan's boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other Artisan lands.
Yeah, so that gateway there, that dragon head, that will lead to the boss, but we need to complete either Stonehill, Town Square, or Dark Hollow for that to open up. And we're not going to do any of those yet, because we're actually going to open up the secret portal, which leads to a flight level. Now, flight levels, basically the way they work with this, it's just sort of like a bonus level. They are required for 100%, so I do recommend you do them as soon as you can. And that gives you, if you open up the, if you stand on all of these platforms, it'll open the portal for you, and you'll get a trophy called Hop, Skip, and a Jump. But yeah, the flight levels are just sort of, as the name says, really, it's the flight where you have to attack certain targets in a certain time limit, and the quicker you are hitting the targets, the quicker you're going to finish it, really. There is a trophy in that level as well that we'll be going for, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to do that on the next episode. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been useful to you guys. Like I said, I'm going to continue with this Let's Play, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.